What up, YouTube? T-Movies here. Netflix has unveiled its whole 2021 slate, featuring pretty much featuring everything that Netflix, well, not everything. I mean, mostly the movie slate. I should say, but mainly featuring lots of the movies that Netflix has coming out, this year. And it also has been announced that Netflix will be releasing a movie almost every month, pretty much every week as well. So, hey, if you're a Netflix subscriber, I know I am, this is for you. Anyway, here are the list of films that Netflix is going to be premiering this year. Granted, some of these could easily get delayed, but, And they show lots of previews, and the previews they showed looks cool. Anyway, here's what's coming out on Netflix later this year. 8 Rue de la Humanite. I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing it right. But here's what it's about. 7 families live in the Persian apartment building at 8 Rue de la Humanite, and they didn't escape to countryside at the arrival of the COVID-19 pandemic. So it takes place during the pandemic, like other films and shows have been doing lately. And so 3 months of life under lockdown will reveal best and worst of these neighbors. Sounds intriguing right there. Alright, we also got, there's also A Boy Called Christmas from Monster House director Gil Kinnan. And it's a story of an ordinary boy called Nicholas who sets out on an extraordinary adventure into a snowy north in search of his father, who is on a quest to discover the fabled village of elves. Elfham, taking with him is a headstrong reindeer named Blitzen, and a loyal pet mouse. Nicholas soon meets his destiny in his magical, comic, and endearing story that proves nothing is impossible. The cast in this includes the likes of Kristen Wiig, Michael Huisman, Maggie Smith, Sally Hawkins, Jim Broadbent, Toby Jones. Some really interesting actors right there. I mean, Netflix has killed it with Christmas films this year. I mean, they, of course, put out that Dolly Parton film, Christmas... what was it called again? Christmas in the Square, I think it was called. They had Jenga Jenga. Some pretty good stuff. So, alright, speaking of Christmas, coming to Netflix, we got a film simply titled A Castle for Christmas, which is from Pet Sematary, the original Pet Sematary, director Mary Lambert, and it's about famed American author Sophie, who travels to Scotland and finds herself wanting to buy a castle, but the prickly owner, Miles, played by who's a Scottish duke, is a reluctant to sell to a foreigner. Working to find compromise, the pair constantly butt heads, but along the way, they just might find more than bargain for. Like I said, stars Brooke Shields, Carrie Elwes. You don't see Brooke Shields a whole lot anymore, so that's pretty cool right there. Alright. Also coming to Netflix, we got a film titled Afterlife of the Party. A social butterfly played by Victoria Justice experienced the biggest party foul of all, dying during her birthday week. To her surprise, she's given a second chance to right her wrongs on Earth by reconnecting with loved ones, and most importantly, prove that she's worthy enough to get into the big VIP room in the sky. The film also stars the girl who was just seen in Daisy and that recent Netflix Christmas series, Lily and Dash and Lily. I think the actual name is Midori Francis. She's in this. Adam Garcia. It's from director Stephen Herrick, who directed Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. This actually sounds intriguing. I mean, it has a bit of a It's a Wonderful Life feel to it. I'm getting a bit of that. So, hey, I like Victoria Justice, so I'll definitely give this one a watch because she's in it. Alright. Also coming to Netflix, we got Zack Snyder's film Army of the Dead. Following a zombie outbreak in Las Vegas, a group of mercenaries take the ultimate gamble, venturing into the quarantine zone to pull off the greatest heist ever attempted. The cast also includes the likes of Dave Bautista, Ella Purnell, Omari Hardwick, Tig Notaro, Some interesting actors right there. I mean, it's, of course, Zack Snyder's first zombie movie since Dawn of the Dead. This is actually a first movie that he's not, that's not being released by Warner Bros. In 15 years, so there's that. Hey, I like Zack Snyder. I like his visionary work. So of course, this is one of the films they dropped a preview for. It looks intriguing. So, I mean, it looks like, I guess you could say it looks like Ocean's 11 meets The Walking Dead. That's the synopsis I'm getting. Alright. Also coming to Netflix, we got a film titled Away, which stars Gina Rodriguez, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Frances Fisher, what was the other ones? Like Barry Pepper, Iron Fist dude Finn Jones. Now here's what it's about. After a sudden global event wipes out all electronics and takes away humankind's ability to sleep, chaos quickly begins to consume the world. Only Jill, an ex-soldier with a troubled past, may hold the key to a cure in the form of her own daughter. The question is, can Jill safely deliver her daughter and save the world before she herself loses her mind? I like Jen Rodriguez, so this could be interesting. Alright, also coming to Netflix, we got a film titled A Week Away, which is a faith-based musical film. Netflix just did pretty good with musicals this year. Anyway, it stars Bunk actor Kevin Quinn, Billy Madison, and David Koechner. It's about a troubled teen named Will Hawkins, played by Quinn, who has a run-in with the law that puts him at an important crossroads. Go to juvenile detention or attend a Christian summer camp. At first, a fish out of water, Will opens his heart and discovers love with a camp regular, played by Billy Madison, and sense of belonging in the last place he expected to find that. Sounds interesting right there. Alright, there's also the Shaun the Sheep, A Winter's Tale from Shaun the Sheep, which is the 30-minute special. Okay, this is pretty much a special of the Shaun the Sheep films. We, of course, just had the sequel, which I thought was pretty decent. Alright. Also coming to Netflix, we got another anime film titled Back to the Outback. Now, it's an anime film about a ragtag group of Australia's deadliest residents of a reptile's house where humans gawk at them like their monsters who plot to escape their zoo in the outback. It kind of sounds like Madagascar in a way. But the voices sounds interesting. You got the likes of Isa Fisher, Eric Bana, Guy Pearce, Wayne Knight, Jackie Weaver, Keith Urban. Could be really intriguing right there. We got the comedy Bad Trip, which I actually saw like last year. It was online, so I decided to watch it. Bad Trip is hilarious. I mean, if you guys have not seen Bad Trip, that movie is really hysterical. When it premieres on Netflix, go ahead and watch it. Really hilarious. And of course has Lil Rel Howery and Tiffany Haddish, Eric Andre, so definitely give that one a go. Alright. Also coming to Netflix, we got a film titled Beauty, about a gifted young woman who struggles to maintain her voice and identity after she's offered a lucrative recording contract, setting off a fierce battle between her family, the label, and her closest friend to determine who will guide her as she makes the journey to become a star. It's written by Lena Waithe, and it's also stars the likes of Giancarlo Esposito, Sharon Stone, and Niecy Nash. Sounds like it could be really cool. Alright, we also got a film titled Beckett, where a vacation couple who falls trapped to a violent conspiracy with tragic consequences. It stars John David Washington, Alicia Vikander, Boyd Holbrook. That sounds like it could be really intriguing. Alright. Probably my anticipated film on this list, we got Blonde, which is based on a best-selling novel from five-time Pulitzer Prize finalist Joyce Carol Oates, and it's a boldly reimagined private story of the world's most famous sex symbol, Marilyn Monroe. This stars the likes of Ana de Armas, directed by Assassination of Jesse James director Andrew Dominic. I think this sounds interesting. So, Marilyn Monroe's story has always fascinated me. So, I'm definitely interested to check that one out. Alright. Also coming to Netflix, we got a film titled Blood Red Sky, which is about a woman with a mysterious illness who is forced into action when a group of terrorists attempt to hijack a transatlantic overnight flight. In order to protect her son, she will have to reveal a dark secret and unleash the inner monster she has fought to hide. That sounds cool right there. We got a film titled Bombay Rose, which is an anime and set in the world and set with a love for Bollywood. The pic focuses on a young club dancer escaping a child marriage to live on the Bombay streets, needing to choose between finding her family and finding love with a boy orphan in the militancy. Sounds intriguing. The animation looks really cool too. We got Halle Berry's directing film Bruise, about an MMA fighter who struggles to regain custody of her son and restarts her athletic career. That sounds really cool. I mean, I love Halle Berry, and anything Halle Berry's in, I'll watch in a heartbeat. We got Concrete Cowboy with Idris Elba and Caleb McLaughlin. While spending time in North Philadelphia, a troubled teen is caught between a life of crime and his estranged father's vibrant urban cowboy subculture. Sounds cool right there. I mean, who does not love Idris Elba? Come on. Alright. Also coming to Netflix, we got the Adam McKay film Don't Look Up. Now, here's what this is about. Don't Look Up tells the story of two low-level astronomers who must go on a giant meteor tour to warn mankind of an approaching comet that will destroy Earth. The cast in this is insane. Hear me out. The cast in this film includes the likes of Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Rob Morgan, Jonah Hill, Tyler Perry, Timothy Chalamet, Ron Perlman, Cate Blanchett, Meryl Streep, Ariana Grande, Kid Cudi, Melanie Lynskey, Himesh Patel, Matthew Perry, and Tomer Sisley. What a cast right there. I mean, you got Adam McKay, so this could be really intriguing. I mean, to be honest, it kind of sounds like a comedy version of Deep Impact. For some, I'm getting a bit of a Deep Impact vibe from this. Anyway, also coming to Netflix, we got Double Dad, about Vanessa, who is a mature 18-year-old who lived in a hippie commune for her entire life in complete harmony, except for one thing: she doesn't know who her father is. When her mother leaves for a trip to India, she takes it as her opportunity to sneak out into the real world in order to track her father down. Other words, it's like it sounds like an Indian version of Mamma Mia, just right after the song. It has a bit of Mamma Mia vibe to it. Yeah. Alright. Also coming to Netflix, we got the film Escape from Spiderhead. In the near future, two young convicts grapple with their past in a faculty run by a brilliant visionary who experiments on inmates with alternating drugs. It stars the likes of Chris Hemsworth, Miles Teller. It is also directed by Joseph Kosinski, who also has Top Gun Maverick coming out, which I can't wait for that. Alright. Also coming to Netflix, we got the Fear Street trilogy. When are they going to drop all trilogies at once? Anyway. I mean, it's usually rare if films like drop every franchise at once on the same day. But anyway, this is Netflix we're talking about. It takes place in 1994, and it's based on a book trilogy by R.L. Stine. And it's about a group of teenagers who discovers that the terrifying events that have haunted their town for generations may all be connected, and that they may be the next target. This sounds intriguing. It's directed by Honeymoon director Leah Jennings, and also stars the likes of Gillian Jacobs, Ashley Zuckerman, Sadie Sink, speaking of Stranger Things, Kiana Madeira, Benjamin Flores Jr., Fred Helchinger. This sounds intriguing. I mean, I never really read the Stein books, so I can't really comment on those. But hey, I do like me a good horror film. This was supposed to come to theaters by Fox, but it says now going to Netflix, which I guess could be interesting there. We got a film titled Fever Dream, which I don't really know much about. Finding Ohana, which just dropped its trailer recent. This looks really intriguing. Which takes place at a summer in rural Oahu, and takes an exciting turn for two Brooklyn-raised siblings when a journey pointing to long lost treasures set them on an epic adventure with new friends. This looks like it could be really interesting. We also got a film titled Famous Kenosis. I don't know much about that. We got a film titled I Care a Lot, which comes out February 19th, by the way. And it's about a crooked legal guardian who drains the savings of her elderly wards, meets her match when a woman she tries to swindle turns out to have a equally shady ties of her own. This stars the likes of Rosamund Pike, Eiza Gonzalez, Diane Weiss, Peter Dinklage, Chris Messina, and Isaiah Whitlock Jr. And from Fifth Wave director Jake Blakeson. Sounds intriguing right there. I like Rosamund Pike, so there's that. Alright. Also coming to Netflix, we got a film titled Intrusion, which is from I Smile Back director Adam Salke, where when a husband and wife move into a small town, a home invasion leaves the wife traumatized and suspicious that those around her might not be who they see. It stars Logan Marshall Green, aka Tom Hardy's long-lost twin, and Freida Pinto. Okay, that sounds intriguing right there. I like me a good home invasion film, so that could be cool. Also coming to Netflix, we got a film titled Kate, which stars Mary Elizabeth Winston, Woody Harrelson, the aforementioned Michael Huseman, and it's directed by Huntsman Williams Ward director Cedric Nicholas Trollan. Ooh, that movie sucked. After she's poisoned, a ruthless criminal operated her less than 24 hours to expect revenge on her enemies, and in process forms an unexpected bond with the door of one of her past victims. I like Mary Elizabeth Winston, so despite being from the same director who gave us Winter's War, I give this one I got. Alright. We also got the, for all you Loud House fans, we got the Loud House movie. Could be interesting. I don't really watch Loud House, but there's a lot of people who are fans of that show, so there you go. But if you guys don't really know much about the film, it's where like the biggest family on television goes on the biggest Loud House family vacation ever, and it follows the Loud family who go to Scotland, where they discover that they are descendant of Scottish royalty. Could be intriguing right there. We coming to Netflix. We got a film titled Love Hard. Here's what this is about. An LA girl, unluckily in love, falls for an East Coast guy on a dating app and decides a surprise for him for Christmas, only to discover that she's been a catfish, but the object of her affection actually lives in the same town, and the guy who duped her offers to set them up if she pretends to be his girlfriend for the holidays. Creepy right there. Alright. It stars Nia Dobrev, Harry Sheldon Jr., Jimmy O Yang, Michael Hoover. Okay, I mean, I like Nia Dobrev, so could be interesting right there. The trailer for this just dropped. We got Malcolm and Marie with Zendaya and John David Washington. Can't wait for that one. The trailer looks really intriguing. We got Film Time Monster, which stars the likes of Calvin Harrison Jr. You got rappers Nas and A$AP Rocky, John David Washington, speaking of John David Washington, Jennifer Eel, Jeffrey Wright, Mickey Madsen. Here's what it's about. Monster tells the true story of Steve Harmon, played by Harrison Jr., a 17-year-old honor student whose world comes crashing down on him when he is charged with felony of murder. The film follows his dramatic journey from a smart, likable film student from Harlem attending an elite high school to the complex legal battle that could leave him spending his rest of life behind prison. I mean, Calvin Harrison Jr., he's a really cool actor. He was in Assassination Nation. He was just in Waves. This is definitely a really cool actor right there. So can't wait to check this film out. Alright. Also coming to Netflix, we got film titled Moxie, which actually comes to Netflix on March 3rd. It's directed by Amy Poehler, although the last time Amy Poehler directed a movie was at Wine Country, which I thought was pretty terrible. And it's we're fed up with her sexist and toxic status duo at high school. A shy 16-year-old finds inspiration from her mother's rebellious past and anonymously published a zine that sparks a school-wide coming-of-age revolution. It stars the likes of Josie Tota, who was just seen in the Saved by the Bell reboot, actor star Josephine Langford, Marsha Gay Harden, Ike Barinholtz, Sidney Park, Angelica Washington, Patrick Schwarzenegger, Nico Haraga, and Clark Gregg. Could be interesting. I mean, I like Amy Poehler, but Wine Country was not that good of a film, so hopefully this is better than Wine Country. Alright, also coming to Netflix, we got film titled Munich, not to be confused with the Spielberg movie, but this is based on the international bestseller and takes place in 1938 as Europe stands on the brink of war. Adolf Hitler is preparing to invade Kosovo. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. And Neville Chamberlain. So it's pretty much a period war movie. Could be interesting. I mean, it has Jeremy Irons and George McKay, so I'll give that one a go. Alright, also coming to Netflix, we got film titled Nightbrooks, which is from the same director who recently gave us Brightburn, which I thought Brightburn was pretty decent. It stars Winslow Fegley, who was just seen in Timmy Failure, Kristen Ritter from Jessica Jones fame, Good Girls actress Lydia Jewett, and here's what it's about. When Alex, played by Winslow, a boy obsessed with scary stories, is imprisoned by a young evil witch played by Kristen Ritter in her New York apartment, he meets Yasmin, played by Jewett, who is trapped there and learns that he must tell a new scary story every night in order to stay alive. In other words, scary stories to tell in the dark. Okay. Alright. We also got a film titled Night Thief from ICU director Adam Randall, and it's about a young chauffeur who picks up two mysterious women for a night of partying, hopping across LA, but when his passengers reveal their true nature and a dangerous underworld lurking in the shadows, he must fight to stay alive. It stars the likes of Alexander Ludwig, Sydney Sweeney, Debbie Ryan, Alfie Allen, Lucy Fry, George Landberg Jr. Could be intriguing. I mean, this definitely sounds like it could be up my alley. Oh no, it sounds like that recent movie that Bella Thorne just starred in not so long ago. Forgot the name. I think it was called Ride or something like that. It sounds a bit like that in a way. Alright. We got a film titled No One Gets Out Alive about Ambara, who is an immigrant in search for the American dream, but when she's forced to take a room in a boarding house, she finds herself in a nightmare she can't escape. That sounds intriguing right there. We got a film titled O2 from Piranha and Crawl director Alexandre Aja about a young woman who wakes up in a medical cryo unit. She doesn't remember who she is or how she ended up Squeezer in a box no longer than a coffin, and she's running out of oxygen, so she must rebuild her memory to find out her way out of the nightmare. That sounds intriguing. I mean, it's actually supposed to be Alexandra's first foreign movie since High Tension, by the way. And it actually does sound like High Tension in a way, so could be intriguing. We got the new sci-fi movie Outside the Wire with Anthony Mackie and Damson Idris. That could be interesting. We got Penguin Bloom, which comes out this month with Naomi Watts. Alright. We got a film, Pieces of Woman, which is premiered with Vanessa Kirby and Shia LaBeouf. That was pretty good. We got Red Notice, probably one of my anticipated films, with Dwayne Johnson, Gal Gadot, and Ryan Reynolds. And it's about Interpol issued Red Notice is a global alert to hunt and capture the world's most wanted. But when the Darling heist brings together the FBI's top profiler and two rival criminals, there's no telling what will happen. It's from the same guy who gave us Skyscraper and Central Intelligence. So, I mean, we got Black Adam, Wonder Woman, and Deadpool in this. Sign me up right there. Alright, also coming to Netflix, we got Robin, which is actually from Aardman, who gave us Shaun the Sheep. And it's a stop-motion holiday musical special from Aardman. When her eggs, rolls into a rubbish dump, Robin is raised by a loving family of mice. As she grows, her differences become more apparent. Robin sets off on a heist to end all heists to prove to her family that she can be a really good mouse. Could be interesting. I mean, I like Aardman's work, so... Of course, they gave us Wallace and Gromit, Chicken Run. Speaking of, I did not see Chicken Run 2 on this list, so I'm guessing that will come out till next year. It could surprise us they come out this year, but... Yeah, would have expected it to get released this year, but yeah. Anyway. Also coming to Netflix, we got film titled Skater Girl, which is about Piranha, a teenager growing in rural India, comes of age when just leave it. Anyway, a teenager growing up in rural India comes of age when she's introduced to the sport of skateboarding. As a result, she has to fight the odds to follow her dreams and complete the national championship. Sorry about that. Anyway, this sounds so interesting. I mean, what is it with Hollywood skateboards nowadays? I mean, we had Skate Kitchen, mid-90s. We got Betty. Hollywood just loves skateboarding. Alright, also coming to Netflix, we got this film. We got Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That could be interesting. So it looks like this is not the Seth Rogen one. I guess this is based on the Nickelodeon film series. So there's that. We got a film titled Stowaway, which is from director Joe Pena and stars Anna Kendrick, Toni Collette. And it's on a mission headed to Mars. A unattended stowaway, played by Anderson, accidentally causes severe damage to the spaceship's life support system. Facing dwindling resources and potentially grim outcome, a medical researcher, played by Kendrick, emerges as the only dissenting voice against the clinical logic of both her commander, played by Collette, and the ship's biologist, played by Darren Day Kim. I like Anna Kendrick, so that could be interesting. We also got a Jason Momoa film titled Sweet Girl, which stars Jason Momoa, Isabel Marcel, Marissa Tomei, as where a devastated husband vows to bring justice to the people responsible for his wife's death while protecting the only family he ever had. He has his daughter. So, other words, Jason Momoa was taken. Could be cool. We got The Dig, which comes out this month with Ray Fiennes, Karen Mulligan. We got The Guilty, which is based on a Danish film and stars the likes of Jake Gyllenhaal, Paul Dano, Ethan Hawke, Riley Keough. The film takes place over the course of a single morning in a 911 dispatch call center. Call operator Joe Baylor, played by Gyllenhaal, tries to save a caller in grave danger, but he soon discovers that nothing is as it seems, and facing the truth is the only way out. It's from director Antoine Fuqua, so that could be interesting. We got Paulo Sorrento's Young Pope follow-up, The Hand of God. Alright, so I lost you guys. Anyway, it represents for the first time in Paulo's career. It doesn't really have much of a synopsis, so I'm not... So there's that. We got a film titled The Harder They Fall, which is a Western movie about outlaw Nat Love, played by Lovecraft Country star Jonathan Majors, who discovers that his enemy Rufus Black, played by Idris Elba, is being released from prison. So he reunites his gang to track Rufus down and seek revenge. Could be interesting right there. Alright. I also stars Regina King. Got loads of people in this. Alright. We got the Kiss. We also got the Kissing Booth 3, which returns Joey King, and it's where like the summer before Elle goes to college, and she has a secret she got into both Harvard where her dreamy boyfriend Noah goes, and Berkeley, where her BFF Lee is going. Which path would she choose? According to Joey King, looks like this will be the final installment. So there's that. We also got the last letter from your lover from the same director, Never Going Back. This stars the likes of Felicity Jones, Shailene Woodley. Could be interesting right there. Alright. The Last Mercenary, which stars Jean-Claude Van Damme, about a mysterious former Secret Service agent who must return to France when his estranged son is falsely accused of arms and drug trafficking. I mean, Jean-Claude Van Damme back in action. Sign me up right there. Alright. We got The Power of the Dog, with it's directed by the piano director Jane Campion. And, you got the likes of Kristen Dunst. You got Jesse Plemons. You got Benedict Cumberbatch in this. This sounds like it could be really intriguing. I mean, Jane Campion is a really solid filmmaker right there. Now, the film is about a man who wages war against his brother's new wife. So, cool. Could be interesting right there. Alright. We got The Princess Switch 3, which I'm not even a fan of the first two, so there's that. We got a film titled There's Something Inside Your House, which is from Creep director Patrick Bryce, and it's a slasher movie, which that right there has me really intrigued. And the synopsis kind of sounds pretty intriguing. Let me read what it's about. Makana Young has moved from Hawaii to quiet, small town Nebraska to live with her grandmother and finish high school. But as the countdown to graduation begins, her classmates are being stalked by a killer intent on exposing their darkest secrets to the entire town. So, yeah, that there alone has me intrigued. You got Sydney Parker's in this. Theodore Pellerin, who was just seen in one of my favorite films of the year, Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always. Definitely check that one out. We also got a film titled The Starling with Melissa McCartney and Chris O'Dowd, and it's from the same director who gave us St. Vincent, which I quite like St. Vincent, so there's that. I mean, this film sounds a little bit like that recent, that new Naomi Watts film, Penguin Bloom. Here's what this one's about. A married couple who suffers a hardship, leading Jack to head off to deal with his grief, while Lily remains in the real world, dealing with her own grief. As if Lily's troubles weren't bad enough, a starling that has nested in her backyard begins to harass and attack her, and she begins comically obsessed with it. Okay. Lily eventually finds guidance from Larry, a quirky psychologist turned veterinarian with a troubled past of his own. The two form a unlikely and unique friendship as they help each other to explore a knowledge and confront their problems. Sounds intriguing right there, so could be interesting. I mean, Melissa McCarthy shows that she could do drama, so there's that. Alright. We also got a film titled The Swarm, which is from director Just Pillai, and it's where Virginie, who lives in a farm with her children, Laura, 15, and Gaston, 7, and raises locusts as a high-protein crop. Life is hard, money worries, and practical problems are piling up. So, and tensions with her kids and neighbors are running high, but everything changes when she discovers that the locusts have taste for blood. Okay, that there sounds awesome. It went from the synopsis. It went from sounding like a little indie film and whatnot to something interesting. So, could be cool. All right, we got also coming to Netflix. We got the film The White Tiger with Priyanka Chopra Jonas. Could be interesting. The Woman in the Window with Amy Adams. That was supposed to come out this year, but got delayed, so now it's going to Netflix instead. We got Things Heard and Seen, which is about a Manhattan couple who moves to a historic hamlet in Hudson Valley and comes to discover that their marriage has a sinister darkness, one that rivals their new home's history. Sounds intriguing right there. Stars Amanda Seyfried, Karen Allen, Natalie Dyer, from the same directors who gave us American Splendor. So there's that. We got this superhero movie titled Thunder Force. In a world where supervillains are commonplace, two estranged childhood best friends reunite after one devices a treatment that gives them superpowers to protect their series. This stars the aforementioned Melissa McCartney, Octavia Spencer, Bobby Cannavale, Pom Klementieff. Jason Bateman is supposed to be in this. Directed by Ben Falcone. Holy cow, this sounds awesome. I mean, of course, Netflix just had a really cool superhero movie, which was We Can Be Heroes. This, I'm guessing this is not a shock what a lot of are going to follow, but this sounds intriguing right here, so hopefully it's better than Falcone and McCartney's last outing, which was Super Intelligence, so that movie sucked. Alright, we also got Tick Tick Boom, which tells the story of Jonathan Larson, who who of course created this Broadway show Rent. This is directed by Hamilton star Lin-Manuel Miranda. Stars Andrew Garfield, Vanessa Hudgens, Bradley Whitford, Judith Light, Alexander Shipp. That sounds really interesting right there. I mean, after seeing what Netflix just gave us with The Prom, I'm really looking forward to see their next musical. So hopefully this will be as good as The Prom. Alright. We also got Two Other Boys, Always and Forever, which stars Noah Centineo and Lana Condor. And this is where Laura Jean Covey prepares for her and at high school and the start of adulthood. A pair of life-changing trips lead her to reimagine what life with her family, friends, and peer will look like after graduation. Like Kissing Booth 3, this is supposed to be the final installment. It doesn't have a release date yet, but my money is that it's going to premiere in February. I don't know, around Valentine's, I'm guessing. So, yeah. Anyway, we also got Troll Hunters Rise of the Titans for any fans of the Troll Hunters show on Netflix. Let's see. We got a untitled Alexandru Mortorio film, which I don't really know much about. We got untitled Graham King film, which stars Sandra Bullock, and is where released after for prison after serving sentence for violent crime. Ruth Slater, played by Sandra Bullock, re-enters a society that refuses to forgive her past, facing severe judgment from the place she once called home. Her only hope for redemption is finding the estranged younger sister she was forced to leave behind. Sounds interesting right there. You also got Viola Davis in this. You also got Vincent D'Onofrio, Rob Morgan, Emma Nelson, Richard Thomas, John Bernthal. I mean, Sandra Bullock, of course, recently had a hit with Netflix, which is Bird Box. Who knows when Bird Box 2 will come out, but yeah, this sounds interesting right here. Does have a tie though, so there's that. Alright, we got an untitled Alicia Keys romantic comedy, which romantic comedy about aspiring pop star named Erica who ends up as the entertainment as her ex-fiance's wedding gets reluctantly, and so it's supposed to be like a romantic comedy film. I don't really know a whole lot about this thing, so I like Alicia Keys, so there's that. We got an anime film titled Wish Dragon, which sounds really intriguing right here. Here's what this is about. Then a working class college student befriend with big dreams but small means and long a cynical but all-powerful dragon capable of granting wishes set off on a hilarious adventure through modern day Chiangshai in pursuit of Din's long-lost childhood friend Lena. It features the voices of John Cho, Jimmy Wong, Will Young Lee, Bobby Lee, Constance Wu, Jimmy O Yang. Really, sounds really cool right here. Sounds a bit like that recent film Raya and Lost Dragon that's coming out. So there's that. Sounds more like a Disney film, but alright. Last but not least, we got a film titled Yesterday. Now, this sounds like the Jim Carrey movie Yes Man, by the way. It's where always feeling like they have to say no to their kids and coworkers. Allison and Carlos, played by Jennifer Garner and Edgar Ramirez, decided to give their three kids a yes day, where for 24 hours, the kids make the rules. Little do they know that they be going on a whirlwind adventure around LA that will bring the family closer to each other than ever before. Okay, that sounds interesting right there. It also had Jenna Ortega, who was just seen in You and Babysitter Killer Queen. She's going to be seen in Scream. This sounds intriguing. Now, lots of really interesting stuff premiering on Netflix. Now, some stuff that they did not really mention was that new Adam Sandler movie, Hustle. Wonder if that's coming out this year. They had not really mentioned that one. Obviously, from now until then, Netflix could easily acquire something that's supposed to go to theaters and all. I mean, there's actually talks that Netflix could easily end up acquiring something from Paramount, I'm guessing. Like that Chris Pratt movie coming, The Tomorrow Man. They could easily acquire the rights for that. They probably do got other stuff coming out, but they didn't really showcase it in the previews. So, I mean, lots of stuff that Netflix has coming out this year that sounds intriguing. So, sign me up with all these films. Granted, most of these could suck. Alright, let's be for real. They could easily suck, but they could be good. So, I'll give it a benefit of the doubt. Anyway, let me leave with you guys. Which of these Netflix releases are you most excited for? What did you thought of some of the previews for these films? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Timu signing.